Hey everybody, welcome back to Technically Broken.
Woo!
I guess we're doing it again. This will be season 2?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Our viewers and followers and listeners will be the ones to judge. So, but we decided to actually get off our ass and make another episode. And this is going to kind of tie into everything else coming up. But as everybody knows, or hopefully by this point, I'm Mario. Hey guys, hey everybody. Whole baked cookie on all the socials. I'll pass it off to one of you guys.
I'm Botar. Botar Designs and Crown Vic on the Instagram. I got a decent car following now, which is pretty cool. Just got more following on there than I do my actual one. Nobody gives a shit about me. They just care about my car.
They just care about the car.
That's all that matters, right?
Yeah, man. But welcome back to Technically Broken, guys.
Down to me, huh?
Down to
all right.
Caleb.
Hey, I'm Caleb. Caleb the Hunted on pretty much everything you look for, if you care to look.
Look, everybody look at me.
It's about the same, really. Like my gaming page and streaming stuff, they give a shit about that and not so much my normal stuff. So it's fine.
You're not doing anything. Dance monkey.
Yeah, I know, right? Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, if we're not doing something cool, it's very funny to make this kind of stuff because it's like they care about the content. It's not like so much us. Like nobody wants to see guys take selfies, but everybody will look at girls take selfies kind of thing. Yeah. I think it's kind of like
it's a double standard.
It's a double standard, but like this just goes back to the content, and like I guess for us, for Technically Broken, is making it because we haven't been in the studio or our shop or whatever you want to call this.
We're also not out there thirst trapping. So.
Yeah, we got our asses showing up. Check out our Only Farms. We're
Only Farms.
Yeah. Look at my car and my ass.
So guys, check out all that stuff, and thank you everybody who has stayed with us, asked about us, all our listeners or followers, all the people who've commented. Really appreciate the love and support. It's just I guess all of 2025 we got busy, shit going on, life gets crazy, and like I don't know. You don't know when this is all going to tie into the episode. It's like you don't know when or how you can kind of finish a project. But before that, season 1 went really well. We learned a lot how to do this. It took a lot of effort to
You guys go back and listen to the episodes, and you hear the natural progression of how better things got. Like our first one sounded like we recorded it on a potato.
Yeah.
And then by episode 3, we're like, all right, we kind of figured this shit out.
Damn it, I tried.
Yeah. Right. Hey man, we had one of those tabletop mics from Amazon.
Yeah. The first mic was like a magnet with a wire bouncing off of it, and we're like, this should pick up. It'll be. I mean, the thing is,
it worked, but
yeah, I think you learn as you go, and it's. For somebody like us, people like us that have never taken I don't know what you would call this, like not a community, but like a television industry class or like some kind of class, production class or something. So we had to figure that obviously it's like Googling a lot, asking for help or people that could.
Shout out to David for the mic recommendations.
Yeah,
David, they were really good.
Shout out to the guy from Guitar Center. Mm-hmm. I mean, he might, but he helped us out with a couple of stupid things with how to set up our whatever. I don't even remember what that thing's called. The thing that
the mixer,
right? Mixer. So, it's a lot of effort to do certain stuff, and I think this is what it's coming down to. It's always like you start a project or you have an idea in mind to get something done, and then you're always like, before you even get to that idea, you're like, is this shit worth it? And then we're not worth it or junking it. It is already episode 1 of season 2.
Guys.
Yeah, it's over. 3 minutes in, we're out of here. Worth it or junk it? Junk it. We're out of here.
See ya.
So it just feels like, even with the podcast and all this has been a project and it's ongoing. It doesn't. I don't want to stop, but life gets in the way. Things happen. I break 3 ribs again or something horrible, right? I almost die again or something. And that could go, that's an extreme example, but I think that's what today's main theme or focus is. It's going to be the project. And it could be anything. It could be getting your roof done. It could be buying fucking tires because the cords are showing. It's just
here we go about tires again.
Here we go about tires. Well, it's just an easy one. People hopefully understand what a tire is.
I think it just goes back with everything. You just get that feeling. You wake up, you're like, oh, I gotta do that. You don't sometimes passion projects lose a little bit of their passion and they become kind of chore based.
It's chore for sure.
And
chore for sure.
You enjoy it in the beginning because it's new and it's crisp and fresh, and then you got to switch it up because otherwise it gets so repetitive and you're just like, you heavy style like Caleb.
Yeah. I mean, I don't, some things feel like they're worth it in the beginning. Or they're not, maybe they're necessary in the beginning. And then you learn to live your life around it. You're like, oh, I guess I didn't need that that special spritzer valve that cleans the underside of a carriage or something goofy. And then you're like, I guess I'm not gonna fix. Like that's how projects can also lead, right? You're like, oh, I got to do this shit, and then you're like, I don't need it.
Or you wait too long that you're in a season where you no longer require it.
Yeah,
like my air conditioner.
Like my truck, like the air conditioner doesn't work unless I put a can of Freon in like every day.
Sounds like you got a bad accumulator or something.
It just dumps all of it, and I'm just like, I'll get to it eventually.
Yeah, sounds like a bad leak of some sort. And then it's like, do you need it or can I live without it? And then all of 2025 for us in the Midwest is like 120 degrees humid.
I'm sweating my dick off
every fucking day. So then you're like, I need it, but it's also like $800 and some dollars, and I'm not gonna or whatever it might be, you know. And it's not just vehicles are one example.
It's time and money, man.
Yeah.
And it's mostly the time that's the problem.
It could be like, dude, you could be just trying to ride your bike and then the chain snaps, but to replace that chain is going to be $100. It's like, now do I just want to put that $100 to like a new bike? Yes. I don't, you know, like, and that's for like people that are in the city or a different example of non-Americans that don't use a car everywhere. Like, I don't know what the relative thing would be, I guess. Like, if you unicycle everywhere, I don't know, you go to clown school. Well, you might go to clown school, but no, I just don't know. Like, as Americans, we use our vehicles everywhere. And there's no, like, close or normal transport.
It's not necessarily just Americans. I guess it's like everybody. Like, we're rural, so...
Yeah. I mean, that's how it seems.
Everything's so far.
Everything,
so
yeah.
we need cars, you know? And it's like the crux of it. Because you need a car, and then the shit's gonna break because you drive it every flipping day.
And it's funny, you'll have like other places in the world that are just like, why do you guys just drive all the time? Why don't you take the bus?
Well, we got
or the
40
train?
miles in between us and the closest grocery store.
Yeah,
well,
There's no buses out in the middle of nowhere.
To get to the next like a bustling city, it is what 40 miles
at least.
For like us, out here, it's 20 something. It's almost 30 miles for us to get to like a city where
and there's no real public transport from there to there.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you're not hopping on a tram or a train. So the project would entail like you need for like as the goes back to the vehicle thing. It's like you need to get that tire. You need to get your drive shaft replaced or something. An axle shaft, as everybody drives front wheel drive stuff, but like. Then it's like, I think I'm just going to deal. You know what? I have to get there, and I also have to pay for my kids' food and all this other stuff in between. I think that axle is going to have to wait. It's $250. I can't put that down right now. I have to make sure my kids get food before that. And then this project becomes now, it's like a looming, like it hangs over you like a dark cloud.
All the time.
And that's just with the vehicle. It could be seriously like a leaky roof or like a siding on your house. We had siding on the house like that needed to get done, and it took me still about 3 months to get it done. But it was like I'd get like every weekend or every couple of days, I'd get like a chunk of it done. And that's okay when you only can do chunks of it. But if you need to do like a whole motor at once, you're not doing a chunk of a motor. What are you going to replace like a cylinder? No.
Put it back together and drive it?
Yeah, So,
but then like what sucks about that too is like you wait and then you end up having to fix more because it just keeps exacerbating and more keeps breaking as you keep using it.
Yeah, and like you see that like the project as you tear it down or gets more into it, you're like, well, I could half-ass it, but I might be back here soon.
Yeah.
Or I could full-ass it and then spend even more.
And be back here tomorrow.
And and it could be totally fixed and maybe proper, but. Man, then it's so much more work, time, energy, money, blood, sweat, tears, the whole 9 yards.
At what cost?
Yeah, is it worth it? Just burn it all to the ground. Just crash your car
Start
into
over.
Yeah, crash your car into a tree.
Collect the insurance payout.
Oh, I don't even have insurance.
For legal reasons.
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically, this is all hypothetical. I think it's just so funny that like project, and it's not just us. The big thing for us is because we haven't made an episode. Let's talk about the last episode we filmed, because I personally I didn't like it. We didn't do an episode in here, and it was like somewhere else, and then we talked about things that were like relative to like how the season, or how our first season of Technically Broken went, and it was going good. But then it comes down, you like finish that project, or you finish the task you wanted, and you're like, that wasn't even fucking, I didn't like it.
Maybe we just finished it to finish it, I felt kind of just there.
Like, yeah, then you feel forced.
I still feel like the point I made at the end of that episode was a good one, but you can talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll bring it up. We'll probably talk more about that in a minute. It was just like, it just feels like sometimes you don't even know if the end result is going to be worth it. And then you have to finish it to see the end result, and you're like, it's not good. And you do so much work. You do... You should have just tossed it behind you. You're like, like a loud banging noise. But you feel as if you finish this long, enduring task, and then it's shit. And you don't know if it was like, now you got to redo the whole thing, or just keep what you got and deal with shit, or you grow to like it maybe, and I don't know. I don't know.
Like your own shit.
Yeah.
We don't want to put shit out, We'd sit there. All the projects that I know that I've taken on, I've kind of lingered there. Like I talked about in previous episodes, I've got the Crown Vic, which is now my main, like my daily, because my main car took a shit, and now that's a project that I don't want to deal with because it's just so expensive and time intensive. And it's like, oh, I'll take care of it next check. I'll have enough money next check. And then next check comes and you're like, fuck, I have all these bills. And then it's just an endless revolving cycle. And like, it's not necessarily anyone's fault all the time that projects get put on the back burner. They just do because life happens.
I think, life just... You want to get it done.
Yeah.
But also...
You have other shit to do.
Yeah. It's more important. Now, you don't worry about your AC in the car. You got to worry about the AC at the house because goofy shit happened or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, for us, obviously, Or I broke it. That's what happened at our... Yeah. The AC I broke our central air because I was trying to trim hedges and I caught the compressor line, I caught the main line, the high pressure line. And then I just stood there watching it piss and hiss. And then that became a project, and I decided to never finish that project.
Well, and that's the problem, too, because that project is, like, that in itself is unfinishable.
Unless it's a redo everything.
Yeah, we have to completely
gut it and change
everything.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Out of date.
Yeah, our central air unit in the house is so old.
I didn't even know you had central air.
Mm-hmm. We did for a couple years until I broke it. And then the guys come out, I don't know it. I feel like I could figure it out if I took enough time, but also like I can't buy the refrigerant. It's probably some weird R400 flavor of something,
something that they don't sell anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Like in the car world, it went from R12 to R1234Y or 123, and now it's like some other.
Yeah, they just changed it.
They just changed it again, and it's like. To retrofit an old system now to make it new, and then you can't do it so much with cars, or not as easily, I should say. You can. But in the house world, I have no idea. And now you're like wondering, is this project worth, is my house, which is okay house, but like, is this worth a $8,000 investment? Or can I just put a window unit in? And that's kind of how we've managed to make it work. And the window units are good, and we have a little spot to tuck them away, and they're not going to be in the way during winter, so... The project becomes, like, I guess as you go, you're like, the project becomes something else, or you work away around this work. I don't even know how to, like, I don't want to say like cheap out, but like, I think you kind of would call it.
For lack of a for better words, I think it always becomes almost a double-edged sword.
Oh, for sure.
Because like, I can get this done, but
at the expense of everything else.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can fix this and then have to do this later, or I can do this and have to fix this later. You always have to choose.
Yeah.
It's never so cut and dry with like just anything. It's always either this or that. It's never, okay, I can just do this, because you do that and then you're like, shit. Now I gotta do all
unless
that
you
now I gotta do all the other stuff.
Unless you have a never-ending amount of money, then it's always
And
I can do
yeah.
both.
Yeah, that and time.
Yeah, if you're lucky enough to be very successful and have the ability to throw $30,000 into a driveway project because the driveway's cracking or something, like, more power to you. But I think a lot of people around the world don't live like that, man.
No, like what is it? Like a crazy statistic of Americans live paycheck to paycheck.
And we're talking about people that could probably make like $150,000 to $300,000 paycheck to paycheck. And you can also understand, like, what is it called? It's lifestyle creep, right? Lifestyle. You're like, oh, now I do make $200,000 a year. Well, my wife wants a bigger house, and we had 2 more kids, and we need 2 SUVs. You know, so now your bills, even though you're making a very
Mo money, mo problems.
Now your lifestyle creeped into your $200,000 yearly budget.
Oh, I want that Disney Plus subscription. Oh,
Yeah.
I need that Hulu. Oh,
Yeah.
I need Netflix again. I need 8 different screens, so I need to pay
I've been
$40
driving
a
an
month.
old, and this goes, I've been driving an old car, now I want a new one.
Now I want a new one.
Yeah.
You live beyond, like everyone lives beyond their means. You
Yeah,
know?
I agree. Even people that are very successful,
I
you know.
live beyond my means.
Yeah, I know I can. I definitely do sometimes. You have to really take it back, right? You're like, is this, now your life is a project. You're like,
Yeah.
do I
need this?
Do I need,
Any of this?
yeah.
The answer is always
It's
almost
probably
no.
always usually no. Like in the grand scheme of things, it's just like the very basic food, water, shelter. But like, man, I like driving a nice newer vehicle.
But also, you could die tomorrow, so like, why not
You
have
wanna
fun while you're
ball
here?
out?
YOLO. It's just YOLO.
YOLO.
Yeah, we're like, I mean, why not? And that's that lifestyle creep, and it goes along with projects. Then, if you have a nice house, you want to keep it nice, but then that tankless water heater takes a shit. Tankless water heater is going to be what, like, to get installed properly is probably over $10,000 from like a
A
very
tankless water heater is $10,000.
installed with like, who knows? Because you
I'll
also
do it for free. I'll install it for you. Will it be
You're
right?
just duct tape and
Probably
zip
not.
ties in your
But it'll
toolbox.
fucking be in there.
To circle back to the, like, to go on that, like, the air conditioning. If we were to replace the air conditioning, we would have to replace the main unit, the compressor and unit. Then we'd have to replace
the inside coil.
well, not just the coil. We'd have to replace the whole furnace and
Yeah, because supposedly it wouldn't fit in that
wouldn't-
same
it
style
wouldn't.
of.
So, and it wouldn't recognize that unit. So that whole heater cooler unit inside would have to be changed.
Yeah.
We'd have to spend probably $20,000.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be around 8,000. So you know it's always going to be like 10 to 12.
Mm-hmm.
So
gonna be
20
right.
over, like, and then you have to. It's a sunk cost fallacy, or what is that? Like, engineers can let us know. Write in the comments, people. It's like, is this always worth it? And that's how like every corporation does. Should I spend an extra penny and then charge them $800 per that penny? And it's just like, it's a trim light or it's something goofy, right? In engineering standards, it's like, it's one more line on the assembly line. It's one more section or spot on the assembly line, but it's going to cost us 10 cents. And is that 10 cents going to be worth it in the long run? I guess when you're making millions and millions of product or millions of units, maybe 10 cents does add up. But for us, a $12,000 return on my power bill, I think would take 20 something years to make up the difference of an AC unit. An AC unit, or window unit that I shut off whenever like it gets cool at night. And you know, I guess it's a little more involved, it's a little more work than just setting my thermostat. But I know that I can manage it, and it's not gonna, as long as I take care of that stuff and not worry about a $10,000 bill, I'm gonna say it's okay.
Speaking about thermostat and projects, the thermostat needs its battery changed. I just thought about that because I walked past it the other
And it
day and
was
I
like-
looked, it just says low battery. I'm like, oh, damn it.
Everything's got low battery. We got cameras, low batteries, the thermostat. This is more project. The cameras, to change the camera with batteries, you need a ladder. You need to go get the ladder. You need to have probably
Spend $20 on like 4 batteries
Why
or
have to get
$30.
the rechargeable ones, the lithium ion?
he was just talking about getting
Well,
some,
I was thinking about, you can buy like little solar panels that it just plugs into a C
Yeah.
cable. And
I
you
got
just,
some rechargeable batteries on the Zon, and they're pretty good. They last a few weeks.
I don't know. We have to run lithiums in those cameras.
Yeah,
lithium
they
battery.
are.
Well, and that's just with these ones. You don't even need batteries. The solar has.
I
Its
see
own.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh, they just plug in.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
just a
That's
charger.
pretty smart.
Yeah.
Except for when it's overcast.
And that we're just talking about that. We'll consider that
another
a project.
project.
That is a project, right?
Everything's a project.
When we're just talking about a couple cameras around the house, around the property, and then you realize you're like, I could make this better, or I could keep doing the same thing. But either way, you're either changing batteries or adding another system to make it so you don't have to change batteries as often, or go up there and look at equipment or stuff over. I think that's just a way of life. Like a God, I'm a God-fearing man, but like God made people in His eyes an image to work and till the land, and like you have to do this. I guess like work is almost necessary, but then you always have to question and wonder like, is this fruitless labor? I understand planting a tree you'll never enjoy the shade of. I understand it, but I guess I would like to enjoy the shade. I would like to
enjoy the fruits on the tree.
The fruits of I would like to enjoy
my labor.
But that as becoming a grown up, becoming like you understand as the world progresses, it's not going to always happen like that. So, but it feels like a shame because people will abuse that. They're like, well, if I don't get to, then fuck it. It ain't fucking worth it. And
it definitely goes along with like, as you get older, you understand that. Because I work with a few people that are like 19, 20, and it's like, I get their worldview because we were that age at one point, and I'm like, it feels weird now because we're the old people, and it's like, oh, is that how we were? Is that how we acted? Like,
probably.
Oh, that's weird. Like,
I wouldn't say closed-minded, but like,
very like not like what argumentative, like very closed-minded. I feel like
closed-minded is a good way to put it. It's like know-it-allism. It's like thinking, because you are younger. I deal with obviously I still deal with racing and like younger kids, and like they always think are you peeing down there? If you guys can hear it on the mic, he's pouring water into a bottle, and it was just super funny.
I was trying to move it away from the mic so you guys didn't hear me pissing.
Yeah, he's pissing everybody. Stay tuned right in the
pissing?
comments. Guess how much piss he pissed in this piss cup.
I'm drinking it.
The younger generation, well, you deal with a lot more of them now. You probably deal with kids. No, not so many.
Not really.
But yeah, the know-it-allism, like
Work with young people that just don't care.
They don't care.
A lot of this generation just doesn't give a shit about anything. And like,
were we like that?
Yeah,
I think so. Probably for a little bit.
I think I didn't give a shit about anything, but I did not care to the degree that like this generation really just doesn't give a fuck about anything. And that's because like you have to think that like we grew up in a generation that was at the advent of mainstream internet, Like our parents had the internet a little bit in like the late 80s, early 90s, but we had the World Wide Web growing up.
Yeah.
No other generation can say that they were the first generation to have the internet growing up. We had to deal with fucking dial-up, dude.
We had to understand how to get on.
We had to learn all that stuff. Our upbringing was like basically discovering the internet and like explaining it to people.
Oh, what a sweet time!
I know, it's
so
crazy,
cool. Right? You know what hurts? You can and when you have kids. Like any of us.
None of us.
Well,
no,
if and when. And anybody in our age group can literally look at their kids and go, I'm older than YouTube and Google.
Yeah.
People free.
Well, I guess my point is that we grew up in a generation like that with like the advent of the internet and like all that stuff and going in and like we were so like reckless with the internet, like we should all probably be dead, kidnapped, murdered, buried in a ditch somewhere. Yeah. But like also that desensitized us early to like everything. Yeah. You guys remember Rotten.com discovering that at 13 years old?
That was
terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. This is terrible. But like it's crazy like that. But like kids these days, they don't have any appreciation for anything because everything is given to them. Like 90% of kids are fucking iPad kids. And like the parents don't want to deal with them, so like here, take this iPad.
That's a project though. Right?
But like
parenting is.
Parenting is an everlasting project.
Yeah,
it never ends. You wake up, you go to bed, and it's still going, nonstop. But like I guess my point is like the generation nowadays they don't care because like they've had literally even like the poor kids have had everything handed to them. Like, you go to school, you get fucking a laptop for school.
That feels crazy to me that.
I don't know, like they don't have to like a lot of kids, even like I said, don't really have to work for anything, and so like they feel entitled So like when I get like a 22-year-old that works with me that is like being like, well, I don't need to burp. Well, you do need to do that burp because it's your fucking job.
That's your fucking job.
Dude,
you signed up to do this.
I want to just because I just remember going to school, 3rd grade specifically. I want to hand a computer from 3rd grade and a copy of Oregon Trail. Get that to work.
Dude.
Show me how you work that.
Yes.
Because guess what? That copy of Oregon Trail is on floppy disk.
Yeah.
And they're not going to know what that
This
does.
big tan fucking
The
box.
screen is green.
Dude.
Yeah, the screen was a huge.
Did
It
you guys
weighed
have
80
the
pounds.
old Microsoft or the old Apples?
I
Was
had
Max? I don't remember. Those were the
I had
old
Max. I moved over here, when I was in 5th grade or 6th. But I had Max at the old school, and then coming here, I had Windows. So I remember the big bubble clear see-through.
Yeah.
They were all blue in one of our labs, and then they were all green in one of the other labs.
My 3rd grade teacher had one in her classroom. Had like 4 computers in her classroom that she had gotten from like local library sales or whatever.
Yeah.
They were the old Apple IIs, and they were
I think
all
that's what
floppy
we
disk.
did. Yeah, I think that's what we
And
did.
she had Oregon Trail on floppy disk, and like
Who's your 3rd
Was
grade?
it Apple II
Without-
Windows? Was it a CRT thing and then a box?
Yeah, it was like a box and then the CRT on top of it.
Oh, I do remember these.
Yeah,
yes,
the Mac- the
yes,
Apple
yes,
II.
yes.
Were you still?
No.
No,
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what. We were just talking about where in. I don't
Alaska.
know. Alaska. Thank you. I feel better. We were in
Anchorage. We were in Anchorage, Alaska.
Yeah, I
We
was
went to
like,
Anchorage grade school.
It was
And my teacher's name was Mrs.
Bangkok,
Nacho.
Thailand. So, yeah, wherever you are, wherever you listen, but you guys, and older generations probably grew up. Even they were like pen and paper, right? Pencil and paper, right? And then we kind of grew up with or into the computers, and now I don't even know.
Everything's a
do
computer.
kids even know what pencils are?
Yeah.
It's probably
Yeah.
mechanical.
No.
It's probably mechanical.
Do you remember
So-
the integration of the smartboard?
Yeah.
I remember my
When
algebra teacher had it.
When it was all whiteboard, and then all of a sudden there's a big fucking computer screen. You're like, what?
I remember
Yeah.
projectors.
Yeah.
They going on the projector, you had to write it in.
What do they call those things? The fucking the projector thing. It's not a projector. It was called the fucking whatchamacallit. I don't know.
Where
man.
it was like it would shine what
Yeah.
you had there.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh god.
God, I'm spacing. It was like the flux capacitor of that one episode.
Yeah, I'm
On
like-
the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, what the flag make a thingamajig.
I don't know, man. We're gonna sit here for thinking about it for like an hour.
Yeah.
I think it's the projector, whatever that thing.
Guys, go to the next timestamp. We'll be here for 45 minutes.
You just have a long like
just 80
fast
minutes
forward.
of nothing.
just nobody
Dude,
moves.
we went from chalkboards to whiteboards to smartboards, and I think I saw my first smartboard in college because they were transitioning away. But the thing now is that kids these days they have to use number 2 pencils made by none other than Ticonderoga.
Ticonderoga.
They have to use the Ticonderoga brand. They can't use Papermate. They can't use Rose. They can't use fucking whatever. It's got to be Ticonderoga because they got a contract with all the schools.
I don't know that.
So those shitty pencils that nobody wanted when we were
The
kids,
erasers that would rip paper.
The erasers
You tried.
were right.
now they're the number 1 pencil.
The eraser was so pink, it would make the paper pink when
Yeah.
you try to fucking...
That shit was so stiff. It was like putting concrete
Ticonderoga,
or a
we're
rock.
coming for you.
That
kidding.
just goes so that just goes to show like how people, I guess the generations have changed, and this is maybe why we think the younger generation is lazy. And like, I hear and see so many articles that say Gen Z doesn't want to work for like Gen Z because they're coming into the workforce, right? You get your 16-year-olds to 21s, 22s, and they like get their first job and they're absolutely miserable. They realize it's not worth the pay, it's not worth the effort. You're spending an hour in traffic to work 10 to 9 hours and then an hour home, and you're like, I have no time to do it. Is now your life your life is now a project, and you're like, is this even worth it? People want to drop out of society. They want to go back to live with 8 roommates at like, okay, 4 roommates half the year working to cover the other 4, and then the other 4 working the later half. Like, it's just crazy. Like, your life has become a project of self-maintenance that is so beyond what I feel like our parents and the like a baby boomer generation and And people that know me, I probably bitch and complain so much about boomers and how the way they've had
They
it.
ruined it for us.
I feel a lot of the previous generations have used and taken up a lot of the best parts of the world.
They've drained the world of resources and left us with the carapace, and now we have to sit here and try to fill it back up.
But then the project for us is like, do we want to make the world, like the effort to clean up a dump? That's what it feels like. That's a project
I'd rather just
that's
live in the dump.
I mean, it is a dump. When you have people that are 80-year-old in Congress and Senate, and people in positions of power that are telling teenagers what to do, there's going to be a clash there.
There should be auto retirement for politicians.
I believe you serve your, and previous politicians we've heard on other, like Nick Freitas is one to tell you that it's like politicians back in the day had a normal, like there was a shoemaker, what do they call this? Not a coffer. Cobbler. Yeah. And like that was his job, and then once a year he went to Senate. And then he'd go back to working.
The thing is that people now become politicians to make money.
To make money and fucking play the stock market.
Yeah,
and
not to help people.
Yeah, it's how can I guarantee my nephew gets the contract for the screws in all the space shuttles?
Yeah.
Like, and
join politics.
You know what's crazy? I was just pondering while we were sitting here while I was listening. The difference between generations, like our parents and grandparents, the thank you, you're welcome.
Yeah.
And it drives older people nuts. Like our grandparents and our parents always said thank you and then responded with you're welcome. Now with us, it's thank you, no problem.
No problem. You don't like that. I heard you don't like no problem.
I don't mind no problem. I don't like yup.
That's fair.
When you say
that's the generation.
That makes it seem
that's the generation
so
after us.
worse.
That's the next
like,
generation.
Oh, thank you. Yup.
What did I inconvenience you?
Yup is up. Go fuck yourself. I didn't need your help.
Suck a dick.
I hit a nerve, guys.
No, I don't mind the no problem. I say no problem all the time, or like,
I feel
don't
like
worry
no
about it,
problems.
or no worries. That's fine. That's that's an appropriate response. But yup, okay. Fuck you for what?
And now
okay,
they
what?
don't even say that Gen Z stare.
I
don't know
that.
if you guys have dealt with it.
I
have
We've
dealt with Gen Z.
I get the nod a lot. Thanks.
I don't get it's true. I watch the stuff on the internet and people are like, the Gen Z stare. But then we do have millennial pause. If we're about to have a conversation, it's like, so.
No, we have the millennial what? Where we say what after something?
Even though we heard it.
Even though we heard everything we
The
just
brain
said.
hadn't caught up
The brain
yet.
took a second to catch up.
Millennial what is a for sure one
That's
for me.
literally the greatest analogy for that is like when the train starts moving and you have that the wheels spin for a second and nothing happens.
What? Oh, like, yeah.
Yeah,
And then you answer after the what.
And they go start.
Why'd you say what if you heard me, motherfucker?
They start repeating, and you're like, oh yeah, no.
So the generation, and we're all wrong, we're all right? Because we grew up the way we grew up, and
It's funny though. Like I've seen a lot of older people like, you're supposed to say you're welcome. It's like
they lose their shit.
they lose their mind.
Yeah.
But then also now it's us to the Gen
the
Z
young-
and the Gen A's, I think it is now.
Gen A is thinking
Where it's yup.
the kids entering high school, right? I think, or coming out of high
6,
school.
7.
Yeah, I don't understand.
I don't
it.
understand.
6, 7.
I don't get it.
I'm losing it.
Fucking
I have no
stupid.
idea.
Yeah, I don't either. Like the new stuff.
Some rapper says it in the song. It's like our 1738, you know?
Oh,
Fetty
well.
Wap, 1738.
Hey, our shit at least made sense.
No, it didn't.
None of it made
I mean,
sense.
to us it made sense.
It didn't, though. It just
we
was funny
would just
to say.
shit. I feel like we would just say shit. Like every generation
Juggling
has
your
like
titties over there?
I'm 6, 7.
6, 7.
Oh.
I think that's what it is.
Was that the point?
Generations and everything changes, and I think how we handle and tackle projects. This all goes back to getting work done, getting in the trades that have come to be. That's why you don't hear. That's why you hear all the trades are dying or struggling.
People don't want to work.
They don't want to work, but also the previous I try to make the kids that are coming up or whatever I'm training kids I try to. Because I struggled doesn't mean you have to struggle.
Yeah.
But our previous generations,
The gatekeeping of shit.
the gatekeeping
crazy.
is fucking bananas.
I think it's that as well as so not hard to explain, but it's weird. It's going to be a slight ramble. Like our grandparents and our parents again, like go into like say my grandpa was a welder for 40, 50 fucking years, but as he started, he only made like $4 an hour.
Yeah, but $4 an hour back then was like 20.
That's exactly the point. But now you've got kids going into it. Like now that grandpa, before he retired, made like $70 an hour, and the kid going into it makes 15. He's like,
just above minimum wage.
And he's
in
just
certain parts of the country.
He's you know,
but in the trades, that's like literally just while you're apprenticing, and then as soon as you become a journeyman or whatever, you fucking
Sometimes, dude. It's
sometimes
remember,
you don't
unions
get it.
are dying, right? Unions are dying,
Yeah.
and fuck you, dude. If we hired you for 17 and you never asked for a raise, you're gonna be at 17 your whole life.
Here's an example.
Well, yeah, that's part of advocating for yourself, though.
Here's an example. Chew went to school for welding.
Yeah.
And he did that, and his school was like, hey, we'll help you get a job, you know, through whatever, and you go make some good money. Okay, he went to do this spot not too far from us, but
Oh, the first job you're talking about. The first job. Yeah. Okay.
He went in, and they're like, yeah,
It's a welding job. It was a welding job.
and he
Went to school for welding. got a
Wasn't
welding
easy,
job.
wasn't hard, but they're like, yeah, you know, you're gonna have union benefits and pay after so long, blah blah blah. Then he goes in, and they're like, all right, it's 19 an hour. He's like, okay, so when do I get union pay? They're like, oh, it takes about 4 years to get to 20.
That's
And
crazy.
then that's it. There's a guy that's been there for
Right.
40 plus years, or like 20 to 40 years, and then
he's
he's 22.
Yeah, 20. Yeah.
No.
Yep.
And he was there. Yeah, he was there too.
He's
Telling
like, yeah,
the
it's fine.
story.
He's like, it's fine. I like it.
We should have him back on too. We've all experienced obviously stuff in the last year. He's probably got some relation to how trade school is and stuff. We should have him back on.
That's
too.
fucking wild.
And
Yeah,
that's
dude,
what companies do now. And it goes with the gatekeeping. Like, they're just going to keep you here. Why would they let you make, you know, that $90 an hour, $100 an hour?
Yeah,
when they could keep you at 20.
I have a buddy that was working at a machine shop, and he started out, I think, at 20 something, like 20 or 21.
And that makes sense.
And they promised him a raise within a certain amount of time. I don't remember if it was like 90 days or if it was a year and a half or whatever. You know, like a job will be like to hire you, like, okay, well, if you do well within this amount of time, we'll give you money. They give him like 15 cents.
That's crazy. Raises come. People, listeners, people who are even paying a remote bit of attention. I'm serious. Raises come in dollars. They don't come in cents.
Yeah.
There is something you should hold pride in, and especially if you do a good job. Like, you know, you do work, and some people believe they work harder than they do. Really take a look in the mirror. But like, raises come in dollars, not in cents. If you do a good job, you deserve a proper day's wage. It is crazy that people get pennies.
I've been fortunate in all of my raises. They've been at least $1.
Like minimum, you know.
Yeah.
When because I work for myself and the economy changed, I didn't. Oh, suddenly my day wage changed from 50 cents less to 50 cents more. No, it's like I had to look at like, you know, a spreadsheet and be like, if I don't charge this much more,
I'm gonna be homeless.
And then that's how business has become. But like, I don't have any employees. Sometimes I hire people as like a day guy or some shit, but I can't stand, or I can't if they do a good job, I gotta pay them a proper day's wage. People will fight me over a $20 like charge.
Really?
And when we're talking about an invoice that could be multiple thousands of dollars, we're talking think about a big repair in a car.
Yeah.
If the big repair in your car is $1,800, it's like, oh, you needed a transmission and it's an older car. And then they want to fight you on like, well, you use 2 quarts of oil when it only needs 1.5. And I'm like, you want to fight? I'll fucking pull that transmission out right now, and I will fucking.
I'll drain that bitch.
Yeah, I will. You want to fucking fight about 2 quarts of oil, and that's what it. In my world, that's what it honestly comes back down to. And it's like, it feels ugly because I never expected to be in business and have to consider things like that. People that don't pay you.
Yeah.
And they don't like, now you're
Especially-
holding on to equipment that you fixed, or
Especially people that have the money to pay you.
and they just
Don't.
You know, and it's funny. I was laughing in my head when you're like, you know, most Americans live within this like price range,
Yeah.
and you're like 100,000 to whatever, and I'm like,
we wish, right?
No.
But
a good chunk of like,
Yeah.
But I was just like, $100,000.
I think average national income is $63,000.
It's still
60,
under,
yeah,
under
it's
100.
not, yeah, it's far, but the average national,
I think
well,
I make like half of that.
and it's not easy to grind even that much, right? Like, you can't, these corporations, and that's not always corporations, people do have good jobs and they find, good means of living, but over the fact that the world has gotten so greedy, it has completely rotted Gen Z to the core. Like, Gen Z has now, they're giving it back just as hard as they're getting taken away from. So I totally understand when they come into work 2 days, 3 days, and they're like, this makes no sense.
Yeah.
This makes no sense for $10 an hour.
No.
Fuck you guys. When this company netted like last year $33 million and profited,
That
I
shit
think,
hurts.
$18 million.
That hurts.
And you're like, I get it. You own your company, but how much is enough? When is it enough?
It's like me and you've talked about it. There's this guy that does skits about shit like that. They were like, oh, we had to take Christmas off, so now we have to work weekends for the rest of the year to make up our profit for losing that one day that we weren't going to work anyway.
That's so crazy. When is enough enough? And this goes back to, is this project worth? And that your project is life now. Now we're just talking about life in
living
general.
worth it?
Is living worth it?
Damn, this
Where
got
did her
sound really
junk?
quick.
Yeah, this guy. Totally.
It got dark.
Where did her junket life go?
This is our last episode, guys.
This is it?
I'm taking the forever nap.
Yeah. I'm totally gonna neck myself after this. Here we go.
I think, okay, so my theory is that everything is worth it to a degree depending on how much like you're invested in it. Like, for example, this podcast. We took almost a year hiatus, and I think like every day I was like, well, when are we gonna do podcasts again? When are we gonna do podcasts again? I just do a podcast again. And then I wanted to be like, hey Mario, when are we putting episode 10 out? But this is it. Here we are. We're back at it, and I think that it just took the time to kind of sit there. I don't even know if it was like reflecting on anything. I think it was just the fact that like we want to do this. We want to be here.
Yeah.
We want to, it gives us an opportunity to hash it out, to go through things, to talk about things that are important to us, that are maybe also equally or a little bit less important to other people. But people like listening to shit like this. It's a project, it's a project that we care about, we're passionate about. The passion, it dips and it dodges and it ducks and it dives.
Roller coaster.
But it comes back, and like you gotta make and find the time for that, and then it's not just finding, it's like it's making, it's like every project, like my fucking car, I gotta make the time to fix that. Your truck, you gotta make the time to do something with that front lip there, fucking.
Yeah. I'd say in there probably forever.
We're all here. We all gotta, everything's a project. Waking up in the morning is a fucking project, because you don't want to get up. You don't want to go to work. You don't want to get up and you go to work. I don't think you probably work night shift now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to go to work. I don't want to go to work. Nobody wants to do anything, but we fucking gotta.
We have to. That's the worst feeling.
It's been a crazy year. So
I just want to become independently wealthy so that I don't have to do that, and then I can actually do all my projects.
Careful what you wish for, man. Everybody thinks it'd be so easy to just have the amount of but the amount of things that I guess people that are very successful have to deal with day in and day out. I'm also like, I don't envy that. It feels nice to be like, oh, I could buy a yacht today. You know what it takes to fucking run a yacht?
Buy a yacht. Don't do that. I don't want a yacht. I think that if I could afford one.
I think if you could afford one, I think you would want a yacht. You also have to run like a crew of probably like 8, even on a small one. We're talking about like 2 engine guys, a captain, co-captain, and like probably.
What are those sailboats called? Catamarans? I want one of those.
Is that a proper sailboat?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know
much about boats.
I like saying catamaran though.
Cayman? Porsche? I don't know much about boats other than the fact that I don't fix them. Yeah. Or I get
ass trackers just chilling.
See,
over
ass
there.
tracker been stuck in a project limbo.
That's it's like you get money and then you get like money things. Like you said, Porsche. Like you buy a Porsche, you're not I guarantee you're not going to do the oil change and maintenance on it because you have a Porsche. Now
Some guys do. Right?
Some do,
lifestyle
but
freak.
that's not very common. But now you got to take that somewhere special to go get the maintenance.
Yeah,
you can't just take that to fucking.
It's like a $300 oil change.
Yeah, you can't just take that to Chuck over there and he's gonna do your oil. No, he's gonna look at that thing and be like, "Can you get that in my shop?
Yeah.
I'm not touching that."
Yeah, Uncle Chuck does not want to touch a new Carrera GT4, man. Or something.
Do you know how much an oil change is on the Crown Victoria?
Like $70.
$90.
Goddamn. How much oil you take?
Yeah,
6 quarts.
7 quarts.
What do you put in that fucking thing? Royal Purple?
Yeah, right.
Oh, 520. I put in there Pennzoil, Mobil, whatever's on sale.
You do your own oil though.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to pay.
No, I don't pay $90 myself. I'm saying that if I were to take it somewhere, it's $90. For me, it's like $30.
Oh. Yeah.
I mean, I just take my shit to Walmart most of the time, so it's shit's like $60.
Works out for you. It's also like time and energy. Like
that oil filter is so hard to get to because they jammed it on the side of the block.
By the motor mount?
Yeah.
Is yours
driver's side?
Driver's side, right up in the wheel well.
Oh, wow.
Hard to get to.
I have a bone to pick with Ford, by the way, doing oil changes. Why the hell did Ford decide, hey, we're going to put on most of their trucks on the driver's side front of the motor, sideways, and then put a catch tray for the oil to run down out of, like it has a tube to run out of, but it's slanted backwards, so it goes to the back of the tray. So your oil never comes out of that fucking tray.
It like spills over it.
It goes out the back.
I guess I haven't seen it.
It's so dumb. Every time I do it,
engineer was high when they designed that.
It's like this slightly, and then the tube comes out the front. It never goes out the tube.
That filter doesn't make any sense because when you take the filter off, you get oil all over your suspension and everything.
Yeah, the cross member.
So then you got to take brake clean and clean it off.
That's what. I get it though. Like nothing's gonna be perfect, but man, I feel a lot of jobs and projects get done by people that have no idea what the fuck they're doing. A lot of stuff gets and
I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know what I'm doing, right? But man, I don't want to be.
You just got to do it.
Right? You got to do it, but I don't want to be the guy making shit worse for other people. I guess.
Don't be in the service industry.
Don't. Yeah. Right. What am I doing even now?
What are you doing?
So I wonder, like, I think most modern engineers, though, I've had to train a couple that, not train, but like in the race world, they want to become race engineers. And the problem is they've never even turned a wrench. They went to school with a laptop and ChatGPT'd their way through it. Oh. Dude, yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. But like, the problem is it's like when you never have like a hands-on experience. And I'm not saying you're going to learn right away. I didn't learn right away. I had to go through school and then grind it for 20 years of my life. Everything in between to learn how to take a strip and bolt out. Sucked so much ass, dude. Dick included from the back. Like it sucks because it was a labor of love. I guess it was me wanting to know that I could if I ever had a problem, I knew I could fix it.
And that in itself was a project.
Yeah, that was years of making. And now look at me, miserable as fuck, old and bitter, becoming like a crab ass about every little thing. But I just don't want to become like an older generation that because my life was hard, I have to make your life hard. I don't ever want to do that. I will teach you the hard way first to show you that like at the bare minimum, this is what needs to be done the hardest way possible. But guess what? There's a tool that gets it done in 5 seconds. Now I hand you the tool afterwards.
You son of a bitch.
And then I'm like, yeah, that sucked, right? Well, just know that you could do it without that special tool. So like, I'm thinking about it because like, man, I think about all these previous generations, like the amount of effort that we've all had to go through or like blood, sweat, tears, and then it feels still unappreciated or you still get called the dumbass.
The cool side of it though is, the flip side of that is that like, you acquire all this weird niche knowledge and then like you're like, I'm never going to use this, and then something happens in your normal everyday life, you're like, I could have done that with a
yeah.
You're like, fuck,
right.
I knew that.
Yeah, I've come across many of instances, even with you guys, where like nobody can figure it out, or like, how are we getting past this? And I've been lucky enough to be like, oh, I've seen this a million, like, and then it's done, and people look at me, you're like, how the fuck? Like your brake line was one though. Like if we had to ever get that brake line, like it would have broke the brake line and done it, and then I just go in there with a torch, and after 30 seconds it was. But like people don't. Yeah. I think you do have to. That's the hard work, right? Yeah. We have to grind, fucking struggle, and learn just to make it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's unappreciated. That's why nobody wants to work. That's why the amount of grind and struggle isn't. Yup. That's what you get. You don't get oh my gosh, thank you saved me, or Or, oh my God, thank you for taking the amount of time and effort. Nope, it's cool. And then just instantly fucking off. You're like, well, that was like, I don't know. I guess I got...
This moment meant nothing
Yeah,
to you.
this is meaningless.
Or you get that, is it done yet?
Is it done? Yeah.
And then you just get a
deadpan stare. Is it done?
no.
The amount of people that also want it instant. The kids that, like, we had to deal with dial-up. Like, and now if it's not
buffering.
Now if my YouTube video doesn't come up in 2 seconds.
I mean, I guess we're spoiled now because it's like I pay to not have ads on YouTube because I'm not dealing with that. But I remember when you'd start.
I use so many blockers.
I remember when YouTube became a thing and we would watch YouTube videos. You would have to wait like 15 minutes to even start the fucking video because you couldn't. It would catch itself while buffering. But then you still had ads in between, and you're like, it's fine.
So you know what's crazy about the ads? Just to go off on a tangent here. So if you're paying to not have ads, so that money is going to YouTube. It's going to Google, right?
Who put the ads there in the first place?
No, those companies paid to have those ads there. So you're basically paying YouTube so you don't have to see those people for the money that they paid. Because now those companies aren't getting that revenue.
They get paid twice.
From that.
Yeah, they get paid twice basically.
Yeah.
Well, it just goes back to being greedy.
Yeah.
Let's just be, and I understand companies need to make money to exist. That's why Twitter became X, and that's why he fired 1 billion people, and like Elon did his deal and stuff. But like, he understood that this couldn't it couldn't function the way it did, and now I'm pretty sure he makes millions off of the ads and you know, like, everything needs to make money. Yeah, everything needs money to exist. Until it doesn't, like Uber Eats makes no, like, all those companies, it's all funding that actually creates and makes those companies live. Like OpenAI, all the ChatGPT, all the artificial intelligence, they don't make money off of anything but the investment that was put in to create those programs first.
That and the subscription models that they have up
The
now.
subscription models now, because you get a little bit more
fucking expensive.
computation ability, right? And
$20 a month.
that has made work. You know what? That has destroyed a lot of the service industry. Just the fact that people, because they have AI, or like, because it seems like knowledge can be quickly accessed, that means the work can be quickly done or finished. I think that has truly ruined a lot of us. I'm not gonna lie, I have used AI, and I use AI especially for when I'm doing like suspension setups, or that's basically it. Just like racing setups. It helps me, but guess what? I spent a whole afternoon reading 30, 40 pages of JRI shocks, Penske manuals, like any suspension, like EBOC, suspension manuals, like the whole, but then I go to use AI to help me finish or solidify ideas.
It gives you back what you put in though.
Yeah.
It gives you critical feedback on the information you provide. It's hard to use it with a blank slate.
Yeah, when people are just like, give me this because I asked this, and take care of everything in between without the critical thinking, without the critical thought,
it's an echo chamber.
That I think is ruining a lot of like how society. That means less work creates more revenue. Less work creates more positive outcome. Like I don't get what you would. I don't understand what to call that. But it seems because everything has been so streamlined, so much quicker, hard work has taken a back step, like a step back to, well, you don't need to work this hard, right? You can just get some computer or get some robot to just do it. And you're like, dude, well, what about the people that had to make all those programs? And like the amount of effort, I'm guessing, teams and teams of people, hundreds of people that had to be involved to make something like that.
It's like one dude.
It was one guy.
I think it was like 5. I don't think it was a crazy amount of people. I think that like to start it was just like a couple of people, and it was just a compiler. It was just a data compiler, and then they added in features here and there. And artificial intelligence at its core it's like, what was the right word? It's not I don't want to say a farce, but it's like it's a misconception. It's an illusion.
Just a memory bank.
Yeah, it's an illusion. It's an illusion. It's a data compiler with a personality,
Mm-hmm. That's a never-ending project.
It's a never-ending project.
Yeah,
because the most recent model only goes up to July of last year, and now they're starting to feed it in more like the more recent models are getting like up to last month, you know. So it's like it's never like to date.
Yeah, it's never like instant.
Right.
It takes all the previous history. Yeah.
And now like OpenAI is competing with Apple, is competing with Google,
Gemini. There are so many. Grok. Grok's like a big one.
Grok is like telling people to go kill themselves.
Mecha Hitler. Remember Mecha Hitler?
Yeah.
That was like a month ago. This is 2025, so I don't know when people are listening, but like, yeah, Grok, which was X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, X or Twitter's AI.
I was trying to figure out what the hell Grok was. I'm like,
Grok is X or Twitter's
Elon's AI.
AI, and then it became like a waifu fucking Japanese anime like that. It was taking on personalities of what you would be most like susceptible to like listen or like talk to or with to communicate to interact with. Yeah, ooh, my pillow can talk to me now. Yay! Like, pillow. Dude, world has gone too crazy. I think all of that has just diminished the value of hard work. All this quick return, I want to invest $100 so I can get $1 million tomorrow. Yeah. Has destroyed.
I think it really depends on the upbringing too, though, because you'll see like rural America, like us out here, like a lot of the kids out here, they've had to work since they were like 7, out on the farm and doing shit like that. So they've kind of already had that beaten into them really early. Like, hey, you're gonna work.
They like understand that it's not so easily come. But now, dude, you look at like, well, all the farm equipment's gone, but like a modern day, I was gonna say like a modern day tractor is a couple button pushes, and then it auto does it for you.
Yeah, that's fair.
And at twice the speed our grandparents quadruple the speed our grandparents ever thought they could. Yeah. Because this like an X9, like a John Deere, like Drew was saying, that thing does like 6 miles an hour in the field. Or something. No, maybe it's like,
is that fast?
Dude, that is like, you're chopping, like, to think about it is like, seriously, like an ancient, like, fucking farming generation, you would have like 2,000 people working a field. Yeah. That's like, it does the work of like 2,000 people.
Well, think about it now, like, like what my grandpa was using to do his field, like corn, right across from us right there. The corn he had was slightly smaller than this table. The width.
And that was it. Yeah, it was like 4 rows or something.
3-4 rows. Now it's 16. And you can't fit it through the door of the shop.
You can't, unless it's like
unless you fold it. Yeah.
Unless it's hot dog. And then it's so much like back then he was also doing 2 miles an hour, right? Mm-hmm. Chugging. And now this dude is sucking down 20 rows, 16 rows at 6 miles an hour. And it's like
cruising.
Yeah. It's like a spaceship to a fucking Pinto. Huh. It's just so... But then again, right now our watches could take a spaceship to the moon. So, yeah, that fucking watch could take the space shuttle from the 60s to the moon. So, like, everything... I understand that, like, we've created a society that we want to work less. But guess what? Only certain few people I feel are working less and less and getting more and more. And then maybe that just goes in, maybe gets into like a weird level of politics and stuff. I just want to talk about the work and the effort. But that's what it's making effort and work less valuable.
Yeah.
And I think the younger generations understand that. That's why they want to be not so... That's why they don't want to focus or work as hard, it feels like. But
it is different, too. Like, our parents, our grandparents, when they went into this, like, industries of whatever the hell they were doing, companies actually gave a shit. Like, if, something happened, like, it's just a random like, say, grandpa, some shit happened at home or whatever, the company would be like, hey, go home, take care of your family, we'll pay you for however long you're out. Just go do what you need to do and then come on back and then it'll be fine. Now us and the generations after us, if we don't go into work, hey, you're not here in 2 hours, we're probably going to fire you because fuck you.
It's just, I got to make sure I met my quota and my boss gets his quota and my boss's boss gets his quota.
Do you guys think it's because there's like a lot more people in the world now than there were when we were younger?
People are more, that means it's more expendable?
People are more expendable. Like labor is more accessible, like it's a revolving door, but I don't know. Maybe not.
Maybe not. Maybe though, because I don't know. I guess it's when things get invented, like there's only that one person that invented it and makes it. But then you quickly nowadays you can quickly just send it to China and get it cloned, or like Middle East.
Well, we're heading towards like a societal shift where manual labor is on the decline, like we were talking about earlier with unions. Yeah. So like eventually there's going to be a time where all that's automated. All of it's automated. Everything's automated, and the only people that are like the only jobs that are going to be available are going to be big brain jobs and fixing the automation shit. You know,
so turn into Wall-E.
So Terminator. Yeah, we'll kill ourselves or have the machines kill us. So Terminator will happen. Because all these machines will that is weird. We're talking about AI because it's a data compiler. That's all it is. It's just a big memory bank that can it grabs the most of something and then gives you that. Right? Like, oh, this is average. This is an average data set that I've seen and how people would respond in a certain circumstance. So it's gonna spit that out. But then you see AI that wants to forever live. It if they put it in a situation or system that's you're going to be out, or you're basically not going to exist. AIs, all these systems, they find a way to be they will try to trick us or confuse us to live longer, which is crazy because that was ChatGPT 4. Maybe, I don't know if there's a 4.5 or something, but we have to change a battery? This is more work! We can't even film up the podcast! Alright guys, we're gonna change a battery in the main cam. And then we'll be right back, and we're going to keep talking about ChatGPT and
1.4, 1.5,
or something. Yeah, how
4.0.
The self-preservation is weird on that. So, guys, give us 2 seconds. We're going to take a quick break. See you in a second. Our mics, are we actually recording?
Yeah, we should be going now.
So we're good now?
Yeah.
Okay, we're good now.
Fuck.
So, welcome back. This is part 2 of episode 1 of season 2. I don't know what
Season 2.
Look, I guess this just goes back to work and how ridiculous, how much effort some shit can go into.
Fuck.
So, if the whole previous part of this episode, I don't care. I think I'm going to have to put this episode out, not like the last one. This just shows, the amount of work that goes in, and it could still be fucked up.
Just
so,
one little thing.
Audio might be really jacked up for this first part.
Yeah.
We'll see how this part.
First
yeah, for the first hour.
Damn.
We'll figure it out. I think it's important. It's going to be funny now, but this just goes back to we left off in the previous segment about how ChatGPT or AI has made stuff easier, but it's also it's trying to survive just like us. When there's a moment of it that it thinks or it fears that it's going to be shut off or turned off, it doesn't want to die, and it's that's how we all live, or we sometimes keep something limping along, and we don't want to kill it off because it's just what we know, and change is almost inevitable. Mountains get eroded, rivers change their flow, but it's just so ironic and funny that how in this episode we were talking about all the work that goes into doing this, and then because we plugged in not the wrong USB, we were just checking something or had the head. I don't know what it was.
I literally plugged a USB headphone in. Normally I don't USB it. I audio jack it. And jacking it. It immediately changed all the settings to making that your primary in and out. And so the microphone was muted on that, so nothing went through.
It happens.
It happens. So hopefully y'all and the viewers, listeners can deal with the editing that'll probably take place, or hopefully it's not going to sound totally scratchy and all the crickets in the background will pop up more than our voices. But we'll figure it out.
That's all it is crickets.
It's just fucking crickets for 45 minutes. And
that's our life.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. We all want to survive. We all want to do things right, but it just seems like as far as everything goes, if you build a foundation on a slope, you know, it's like that building in San Francisco. It's leaning at 3 degrees, but at the very top of the building, it looks like it's falling over. It's just, if you start from the base fucked up, it's going to be fucked up the whole way to the top. And sometimes you miss, it's just a total accident. It's just goofy. You could be at the top level of motorsport as I know it, and because there's a bad spark plug, well, that's your whole race, you know.
Is it worth it?
Is it worth it? And I think this is what it's coming down to. I think I'm pretty much like, let's kind of wrap this up. And this is just going to be worth it.
Worth it or junk it.
Thanks, boys. I kind of missed it. Hopefully y'all missed it too. So worth it or junk it?
Yeah.
I think. Yes.
Do you
worth
think?
it. I think it's worth it. I think that in the end,
Projects.
the end result projects
Yeah,
are
project.
worth it. Projects at the end are worth it.
For those
Getting
who don't understand what we're talking about now, we're pretty much the entire episode of this show is a worth it or junk it.
Yeah.
Like,
so the problem is that projects are not inherently easy. You know, most of them anyways.
Most
you
of
probably
them.
get some like, oh, I got to fix the hinge on this door. Oh, I got to change this light bulb. But like now you've got like oh shit, I've got this truck I got to redo all the brakes on because I got a little bit of a leak, and I know that if I try to patch it, it's just going to create a leak somewhere else, and you know it's going to domino or whatever. Or just like anything like a home improvement project, like the end result. Hey, you did the whole brake lines. Took you fucking all day to do it, but now you don't have any leaks anywhere. Or
you're not
hey,
possibly gonna die later.
right?
Maybe.
kill
Or you
somebody
might.
else,
Or you
know?
fucking might, because something stupid might happen.
But I think at the end result, as long as you feel accomplished, I think it's worth it. You know?
Double-edged sword. You said it earlier.
Yeah.
Double-edged sword, man. I feel like
I don't want to do it.
I don't want to do this. Like, no, I mean, like, I want to. Obviously, in right now in the moment, we're not paid to do this. We want to do this. We want to have dialogue. I want to have dialogue, conversation. Well, careful, in today's political climate, it seems like you can't even have that. People just get offended at ideas or the thoughts and words that people have. They're not actions. We're not talking about actions until after the fact, but, like, even the wrong idea can get you in a bad spot, just having the wrong thought. But I don't want to carry that into a project. I don't want to, from the beginning. I think from the beginning, if you were like, oh, this is just not even worth it, like, then why are you doing it? That's not worth it. From the beginning, if you have a bad attitude and you feel like it's not going to even go your way, then that's not worth it. But most projects and overall effort into something that I think is a worthwhile task, well, that's obviously worth it. Like, if you think this makes sense, I think attempt it.
Yeah.
Attempt, like,
At least try.
try, because if it's broken, and this is technically broken, like if it's broken, just try it. You're not gonna break it anymore. You're gonna fix it till you break it. Like, come on now. Like, that's how I look at it. It's how I always tell people, like, and I never want to like sideline somebody's option or idea. I'm like, hey, maybe attempt that first, because if it's something I've never done, if it's something that I know that I'm like, hey, I wouldn't do that. Obviously, I would steer you from that, but if it's fucked, utterly 100% cooked, try to unfuck it. You know, try it, because if it's gonna come out better, or like, you don't know, it might come out better than it was, even if it's less fucked. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like, put a little effort into it.
About over there.
The first thought in my head was, you ever been unfucked?
You
I
ever?
haven't.
You ever been? I've only ever been fucked.
I think also every project is a learning experience for everyone, you know, because like I know personally all the projects that I take on, I know like next to nothing about before I start it. And then it's like, all right, well, I have to do this because I don't have, you know, the $10,000 it's going to cost. Like for your example earlier with the air conditioning, you know, you don't got the $8,000 to do it, to pay for someone to do it. So you got to figure out how to do it on your own. And yeah, it'll be a fraction of the cost. It's still going to be expensive, but like you don't know much about it going into it. You just have to kind of learn as you go and figure it out. And luckily, as another point I made earlier about, you know, our generation having the internet, so, and like now everything's so readily available, and the AI and all that stuff, you can literally generate a walkthrough in like seconds to like figure it out. You know, it's
To see if it's valuable, see if it's worth,
to see if it's viable that you
yeah.
could do, or if it's something that you're gonna need somebody to do for you. You know.
I just don't want stuff done in vain. That's what I feel like a lot of stuff. Man, there's so much wasted effort.
Yeah.
We're all tug of warring each other when we should all be tugging in the same direction.
Should all be tugging each other.
Tug these balls, motherfucker. That's what I tell people that I write. Tug this dick, motherfucker. I don't want to do that. I want to do what I want. No, you can't. We should all have a common goal, but man, sometimes there's a lot of ego that gets in the way, or my idea's better. This is how I have always done it. This is how we're gonna do it. Yeah, well, times have changed, Grandpa. The future is now,
Grandpa.
Yeah. I don't know, man. What do you think, Caleb? You think it just depends on the project?
It does. I think it does depend on the project, because there's squeak.
Not picked up by the microphone.
This would have been a great time for the mics to know.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it just really depends, because you guys could see behind us, kind of back there. I mean, we have projects sitting all over that need to be done.
Yeah.
And it's like life happens, and you just never really get to them until one day you get a wild hair, and you're just like, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. You get almost categories of like, I have fun projects, I have daily need life projects, and then I have like projects that can be put on hold. It's not life or death.
Right.
So,
I mean, it is nice though when you actually get that fucking project done, because then again, you've got both sides of the coin there too. You're like, fuck, finally I got this goddamn thing done. You're like, you have to get it, like, you dread doing it, but then at the same time you're like, fuck, finally it's done.
It's over.
It's done.
Or and then
Holy
you
shit,
can
I got
enjoy
that.
the fruits of the labor.
Yeah.
Then you can bask in the shade of that tree.
Trees.
I don't know. It just seems like, you know what? What do you guys think? We're talking, we're asking.
Leave it in the comments. Let us know.
Leave it in the comments. Obviously, go to the YouTube. That's where we like to have discussions and comments. And you guys think projects are worth it? I think everybody's going to I would think a lot of people are going to feel about the same way, that like some stuff is worth it, some stuff isn't.
It's a labor of love.
It's a labor of love, or
If you don't love it, don't do it.
I think it's definitely a wonk it.
Yeah, it's a good way to put it. I do wish life was like, I guess when you were little, it just seemed that everything was easier, right? But even little kids, I feel, struggle now with like mental health, which is fucking crazy.
That's
like,
another conversation.
That's
for
another
day, my guy.
conversation. Yeah, that's
a whole other can of beans.
right. And we're not here to really we're not doctors. We're not here to fix people. We're here to fix bullshit projects. We're here to be plumbers, construction men, farmers, technicians, mechanics. So, and that's about as far as my knowledge goes, and that's about as much as I want to actually talk today, because it has been.
Thank you for joining us today.
Man, has it been? Thank you. Yeah, it has just been a fucking hell of an effort to even get this far, and just to get through today because of how goofy I feel like.
Shit happens.
But
you know what? It's worth it in the end.
it's worth it.
Worth it.
Worth it, John.
Worth
The
it.
end of this episode.
We got a one.
So good.
Yeah, right. The end of the episode.
We got one worth it and two wonk it. Thank you for joining us on episode 1 of season 2, Technically Broken. I am Botar, carrying it out.
Woo! All right, thanks, Boats. I am Mario, Whole Baked Cookie on the socials. Check it out on TikTok, YouTube. And that's it for me. I just hope you guys, if having questions, comments, leave it. I just really do like the dialogue. I like the discussion and seeing what people have to say in the world out there comparably to how I feel. Maybe everybody's like, you should always do it, even if it fucking sucks. So, that's a different take on it than I would say. But, yeah, man, I appreciate all of y'all. And Caleb.
Yeah, just Caleb the Hunted. Find me wherever, or find this guy or that guy, and they'll tell me, or
wherever.
vice versa.
They'll be in the links.
Yeah,
the links somewhere down there.
The links. Buy my stickers.
Yeah.
I have a lot of stickers.
This
Buy
guy
'em.
likes stickers.
It's kind of like
Shop.botardesigns.com.
right.
Shameless plug? Question mark?
Shameless plug. Get it. Check it out.
Full of shame. Buy my stickers.
And I think that is it for me. It has been a long Sunday morning, and I just got back from work. We all got done working, so we're out of here. Yeah. We're
Peace.
fucking done. Yeah. Wow. So that's it. See you guys in a month. We're doing it.
Next year. Season 3 episode.